How's it going? I got some. The right button. Thank you, OBS. Good job. Good job, OBS. How's my audio? I think a little bit low. Yeah, turn it up. Should be fine. I'm like facing directly into the microphone, so we should be good. And maybe a little bit lower. Maybe I could find. I should wire in like a compressor or something just to get my audio level a bit more stable. Because I notice whenever I look away from the microphone even a little bit, things are just off. And I don't need that in my life. We're gonna get started here in just a little bit on the D&D Prep. First, I want to talk about what we did last time. Which was this. Last time, let me zoom this in so y'all can see it. I designed some mechanics for Pirate Borg to allow for better hex crawling, just to give a little bit more structure to the whole thing, which just involves a lot of random tables. What I ended up on was I have these hex classes, so whenever you're in... Hang on. Do I have paint open? Okay. Imagine you've got hexagons. Hexagons are a shape, and they look like this hexagon. And then you've got more hexagons that I will not draw any more of because I'm not good at it. Okay, so you've got hexagons. You're a pirate ship and you're in this center hexagon here. Each one is 50 miles. But for game purposes, I decided that you'd be able to see at least some of the hexagon around you, right? You'd have some measure of what's coming up next. So I could move my window. There we go. While you're in a hexagon like this, you can see hex classes, or what hexagons might be around you, and those are the classes. So you roll 2d6 on this table, which gives you a number from 2 to 12. Excuse me. Oh my gosh. I need to drink some water. My throat just got like really dry all of a sudden. You know that feeling when one side of your throat sticks to the other side of your throat and you think you're gonna die? That's where I was at. How's the stream deck? Is that balanced? That's fine. It'll be okay. So we've got 2 through 12. The first is our colossal enemy. Hi, Snack. My cat wants to speak now. Come here. Come on, buddy. Yeah, can you say hello? Can you say hello? Can you say hello for the microphone? Or are you just going to sit here and yell at me? Now he refuses to speak now. You see, my cat is what we in the business call a big asshole. Can you stop this? I can't move my arms when you're laying on them. Okay. So we've got our colossal enemy, which I tell the players is empty. Because of course it's under the water, you can't really see it. 3 is a fortress, which I just report as a normal island. A fortress is one of the ship types in the game. There are 3 different ships that you can encounter on 4, 5, and 10. And then there's a derelict ship, which reports as a ship. Basically, you see boats on the horizon, and if for a derelict ship, there's a whole table in Pirate Borg that you can roll. We've got floating cargo, which reports as empty because I don't expect you to be able to spot floating cargo from 50 miles out. We've got 2 actually empty spaces because I don't know if you know this, but the ocean is freaking empty. There's nothing out there. And then islands. So that's what I've been doing. Also, whenever I enter a hex, I roll a d6, and on a 6th, you get an extra encounter. This is just so, like, you could have, you could be fighting a ship, and then you could also encounter a derelict ship alongside of it. Cool. I've also got, I changed the visibility a little bit. Actually, I think I changed this quite a bit. So you've got a slow, a normal, and a fast speed on all of the starting player ships. I'll need to get these built out whenever they want to add new ships, if they do. And that gives you a hex visibility. Basically, whenever you enter a hex, you get to pick a number of hexagons around it. Where's my demo? There we go. So say you're in the center hex here, and you're in a sloop, and you're moving at a normal speed. That gives you 2 hexes of visibility, which means you get to pick any 2 hexes around you. Like, you could pick, if I can switch my color, you could pick this hex, and then I would roll on the table, on the hex class table, and like, let's say I get 4, I would tell you that this is a ship, right? And then you choose this hex, a circle in blue, and I roll, and that one's empty. So now you know you have at least 1 empty space you could go to that's like safe if you're low on HP or whatever. It's been pretty cool. I've been liking it. There's some stuff I need to make a little bit quicker. So if we go to the enemy ships table, I threw a lot of rolling to get all of this stuff set up. I should probably just write a Python script that goes through and does all this, and then I can just press buttons on my Stream Deck, because I DM with the Stream Deck. So if I could just have a combination of buttons I could press to generate a ship or an island and send it right to my printer, that would be great. That'd be fantastic. Also added 5 pirate fleets. These are like the 5 main antagonist fleets of the whole campaign, and it's been pretty cool. Okay. Now, sorry, kind of a flashbang. This is a map I drew up quick in like 20 minutes. Oh, that's the actual map. I need the encampment. There we go. The players are going to fight one of the major underlings of the bad guy, the bad girl in this case. But they just found out who she is. She's like related to one of the party members tangentially. And so they're going to this stronghold for the 5th century, which is not a designation of time, but of rank. A century is the person in charge of, or I guess they're a centurion, is in charge of a century of soldiers, which on paper should be 100 people, but as they found out, managing 100 people is a pain in the ass, so they cut it back to like 80. Between 80 and 90 people is what a century actually contained. Because at some point you run out of jobs for people to do. There's like a breakdown in communication because remembering everyone's name starts to become a hassle. Right, you need to make sure information gets everywhere throughout your team, your century, right? And if it's actually 100 people, that stuff just does not work well. 80 is about the cap of what you can get for a small group. And if you need more than 80 people for something, you likely need much more than 80 people for something. So there we go. There are some things, some mechanics I had to stack on top of this to make it work. Like, they encountered a mithril dragon, and they're probably not going to encounter this guy again for some time. So just a little bit of a, hey, if shit goes sideways. Because ostensibly there are up to 80 people in this encounter that they might have to deal with. They might need backup. I don't know if they'll need backup, but it's on the table. It's in my back pocket. We'll see. And then Octavia is the Legionnaire. She's the, not the big bad, but she is a major villain. So if all the pieces go down, they get on a prison transport and they're transported to her stronghold. My hope being, oh, by the way, if you're in the party, probably don't watch this. Can I add that as a reminder? What is it? Is my death count? No. Title 2. Why is this not on screen? There we go. Hang on. There we go. Okay. Yeah, Octavia is the kind of primary villain for the arc that we're on. So if they all go down inside here, they'll be heading to her place ostensibly, hopefully. I think that they could find a way to break out of that prison transport, so that they're not actually making their way there, because I don't have a plan for what happens if they get there. She's way too strong for them to kill at level 5. And she will likely be too strong for them to kill at level 7, which is what I plan on. But we'll see. Okay, there's a rule here for resting. I might actually, let me look at, hang on, I'll be right back. I need to grab a book that's on a different shelf in a different room. Okay. I've got a book. It's a compilation of PDFs. So I have collected a bunch of paperwork, either things that I have written or papers that I've just collected from like DM's Guild and things on various resources. And they're all in a binder printed out, so that if I ever like lose my account, I'll still have access to this stuff, because physical media is fantastic. Okay. This, I think what I'll need is the dungeoneering rules from Dadi, what is his channel? Mystic Arts, I believe. Go check out Mystic Arts if you're running a D&D game. He's like very insightful and very wise, I believe. There is a bunch of stuff in here about passive perception and everything. We might need marching order. I don't think we'll need it. A lot of this stuff I can handwave a little bit, but there's one specifically, because there are going to be, I believe there are going to be 60 or 70 enemies in this space, because it's a legion, right? They've killed, I believe, 13 or 14 of this legion's, or this century's population already. And they will kill a few more on the way here, but they will probably encounter about 50 to 60 enemies, which they'll either need to like bargain with or hide from or kill outright. I'm not sure how they'll deal with it. But I think he has rules in here for resting. which is good. I'm going to use the actual rule set here on the knight, but I want to see what he's written, just so I have the language close at hand. Counter, this is wandering monsters, not really what I need. No, and then we're on the fire rules. Okay, so there's nothing too specific, I don't think. I think my stealth rule should be... Basically, the premise here is that it's not safe. Oh, I just tapped the mic. Apologies. The premise here is that shit's not safe, so you need to pass a 15 stealth check, or I pull up 5 random enemies from the nearest location, and you get to fight them. Which does make things easier. If they figure this out and they exploit it, good for them. That's actually probably a good system, is to hide and then draw enemies in at a distance, like you would in a video game. One of the players has an item called Homeward Bound, which I will not show because it's spoilers, like major spoilers for them, and I don't want that to get ruined, but entering the camp gives them 2000 XP because it's a very important lair location. It's not mechanically a lair, but it is lair-esque. Hi, Snack. Welcome back. Oh. Okay, what he's done now, I will describe this for you. I wish I had a camera I could point at the cat, but I don't want to, like, dox myself. What he's done now is snack my orange cat, type !snack in chat, to get a cool reward. He has meowed at me. He said, "Hello, father, please pay attention to me." And then what he's done is he's crawled inside of a Calyx bookshelf and hidden himself. Yes, Snack, I see that you're in the bookshelf. I am very proud of you. Is that what you wanted to hear? We all just want to hear our parental figure say, "I'm proud of you," right? Okay, well now he's loafed up, so I think I should be good to continue. Okay. There are 7 areas. As you can see, the highest number here is 7. There are 2 ways they can actually enter the camp. The first is through number 2, which is the front gate, which I came up with first, so I wrote it down. Actually, I came up with the end bit first. I don't know what I can... Well, I don't know that I should have shown it. I don't know what I can show of that without... 1, it's a spoiler, and 2, it's kind of grim. It's a little bit grim. It's a little... There's a lot of this that I had to prep off stream, because it's... this section of the story, or this section of the world that they've come to, is gruesome in a way that I don't think Terms of Service supports, so I'm just not showing it. Anyway, front gate, you get to fight some orcs and some kobolds and some goblins. As is going to be the case for everywhere here. The second way you can get here is in another encounter. They get jumped. I forget, is it the patrol? There is a patrol. No, this is the patrol. It's the checkpoint. Yeah, so there's a checkpoint. And then there's also another encounter that I've written that is, for whatever reason, not here. Oh, Centurion Ambush. Here we go. I definitely did not want to show all of these. Whatever, just don't look too much of that. Yeah, this is chill. Okay. I think Kobold Warriors are in the free rules. And then Cobalt Dragonborn aren't even in a book. I think this is fine. So there's the Centurion Ambush encounter that happens when they rest on the trail to get there. And then there is the Centurion checkpoint, or the Sentry checkpoint, which they can encounter. And if in either case they all go down, they get transported to the prison. This prison. You've got, cages and oubliettes and things. Although, I guess they're just kind of prisons that are in the ground. I don't know what I'll do with that. We'll see. So, I think we'll do that last, because that's going to take a little bit of brain work. I need to write up the rest of this. I think I know who the boss number 5 will be, so we should be good to do that. I'm going to try and not show off any stat blocks that are not created specifically by me. Which reminds me, I need to go through and properly format the Synaptic at Go stat block and release that. I'm going to release a stat block for free that I wrote, because I think it's a cool monster. And I want to see how other people run it. It has a very, very common vulnerability, or not common. It is vulnerable to a very common type of damage. But it also can do a lot of, damage in return. So it's kind of a glass cannon. But I'm interested to see how it fares. Okay. First, let's go with storage. I think this should be fairly... Storage and tents are very self-explanatory. There's really nothing here. It's just a flavor of... Tents, there's actually, really nothing here. Maybe there should be something here. maybe the places they go to should not be empty. That's probably appropriate and correct. There was a little bit of the... I don't want to prep this anymore in my brain. Taking 2 weeks to prep, and it's going to be 3 weeks to prep now, because we can't meet this weekend. It's really taking its toll on me. I'm feeling a little bit not excited to prep D&D. Okay. Maybe I come up with a loot table or something first. I want to make sure that there's loot here for everyone. Right? So... Hey, Snack. I'm still busy. Yeah, I love you too, but we were just hanging out. We were just hanging out too. What's wrong? So hang on, I've been packing, and I stacked up a bunch of boxes in front of a window, which means that now there's a platform next to the window that Snack can go lay on. So I put his cat bed on the platform in front of the window. What's that? No. Well. Is it dead? Did it die? Why did my connection die? Let's see if they sent me anything. By they, I mean my net provider, my ISP. No. We're just in the dark. No ISP. No nothing. How much for getting started? I should be back up. Might have just been a blip. They might be doing network troubleshooting at my apartment. We'll see. But yeah, he seems really stoked about being able to sprawl out near the window. Anyway, that's all I had on that. We can go back to prepping this stuff. Okay, tents. Storage. No, I'm starting with storage. Damn it, I'm so easily distracted. I'm like the dog in Up. Okay. I want to come up with loot, a reason for them to go to the storage area. And if the storage area is this spot with the boxes, because of course, and the boxes will give me an interesting place to put enemies. I feel it. But what would be there? I'm thinking one is spell scrolls, because a player is about to unlock an ability which involves spell scrolls that I'm very excited about. That I will have to explain how that works, because I don't think she'll understand it. She might get it first try when she reads it. there's a good chance that she will look at it and go, I don't know what this means, man. You gotta explain this. Because it's a little bit contrived, if I'm honest. I might have came up with some bullshit and thought it was fun. Okay. Let's make a loot table. I'm thinking we're gonna go equal odds. I like having a bell curve distribution on my tables, right? I'm a big fan of 2d6 or I have one that's like 2d20. That's pretty great. Or is it 2d10? I can't remember. Where is my music? There we go. Listen to the Marble Machine song. This song is always good. Okay. Let's go with a 1d6 system here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a 1 in 6 chance to get any number of things. What could they be? They should be scrolls of spells that she can't already... That she wouldn't have the ability to cast Artificer. No. No one's playing Artificer. And honestly, I've looked at the Artificer class. I've pronounced it now 2 different ways, just to really rile people up. I've looked at the Artificer a little bit, and I'm not super satisfied with the way that they built it. And I can't explain exactly why. But what I am excited about is the Machinist class from Legends of Evantris that is coming soon with their new Kickstarter, Neon Odyssey, a supplement for D&D 5e. This is not a sponsored thing. I just backed it yesterday. I'm pretty freaking excited. Okay. What was I talking about? Oh, spell scrolls. Okay. I will be right back. I gotta grab another book. They do have a scroll making mechanic. This is going to be for the warlock of the group. And actually, I'll just explain. Maybe I just explain what the warlock does. Let me pull up some stuff. Hang on, this will take me a second. Home brewery. Okay, so if you are playing Odette in the Dragil campaign, please do not look at this. Where is her item? Orbital Saga. So everyone in this campaign, or every player in this campaign, have very, very powerful magic items. Let me get this up on screen for you. Why did that? Oh, it didn't split as that. Okay, I am not going to scroll up anymore, and this should be fine. There we go. Okay. So you can see these are leveling magic items that I've designed. I won't show you all of them because I really don't want spoilers for these lads and lasses. But it can do some innate magic. You can also insert certain like eyes into this that allow her to do very specific types of magic. So I've got one. If I pop back to here, scroll down to where's my magic items at? No. An object, magic items, yeah. So like I have Fireball, allows her to cast Fireball ahead of level. She's got this one. I have Mithril Breath, which allows her to do the Mithril Breath weapon attack of a Mithril Dragon. And then like more niche stuff like Rain Protection is one that she's got. So I wanted to give her the ability to convert spell scrolls into these eyes that go into her spellcasting focus, which is also this magical item, right? So if you spend 1 hour studying any spell scroll, you can turn it into an eye the scroll is outside your class's spell list, you must also pass on a Arcana check. Basically, it just lets her convert magic that she couldn't cast before into magic she can cast, right? And the reason she'd want to do this is because later on, there are some tweaks to the way that eyes work that would make spell scrolls much more powerful. But that's something she doesn't have access to yet. Okay, that's going away. So it's this. We're going back. We're going back to the encampment into this treasure table. Treasure. There we go. I'm thinking that I will give her spell scrolls from this book. It's called Deep Magic, Volume 1. It is by, I believe, Kobold Press. It is a good resource for any magic stuff. And there are warlock spells on here that I could just give her access to. And maybe they're all pretty powerful. I don't know. I don't know what's in here is my issue. But I could see like what she's kind of in on. Her focus in magic is like nullification and that sort of thing. Are the eyes consumable? It depends on the eye. Some of them are consumable. Some will have charges. Some just provide like static effects while they're inside the focus. Okay, there's one here that I want to look at called Sidestep Arrow. I need to go to S. Hang on. There's no Control F in the book. That should be on a t-shirt. There we go. Sidestep Arrow. I don't want to read this because y'all have not paid for the book, but... Sure, that's fun. There's no at higher level. Scroll of Sidestep Arrow. I need a page number for this because I'll have to write these up. Page of Deep Magic Volume. There we go. And now I will just do that a few more times. Okay. What other options does she have? Whoa, drain item sounds cool. What the hell is that? Drain item. You know, I think a lot of people say don't give players magic items or be careful about what loot you give them. I think that they're missing the point, which is that if you give them more powerful loot, they can kill more powerful monsters that you get to run. Which is like, that's the whole thing. Give them really, break every encounter. Just keep throwing powerful stuff at them until it stops working. Eventually the players will die. Desiccating breath. Oh my gosh. Drain item, here we go. That's cool. I'm taking it. I need to read the first 3 words. I had a guess at what drain item did when I read it. When I read the name, and I was exactly correct, and I freaking love it. Italics. This is page 169. Nice. Of Deep Magic. Yeah, just give the players whatever items. I mean, give them everything. Give them too many items. Well, this book also has a Dragon's Breath spell. That's cool. I always love that everyone has come to the same... Dragon Roar. I should give that to the Dragon Rider. I like that we've all come to the same idea, which is that there needs to be spells in base D&D to do stuff that dragons do, because dragons are cool. Entomb? That's bad. But not a warlock. I'd like to keep her to warlock spells for the time being. Power Word Pain is so freaking cool. It doesn't fit her theme at all, but someone's got to cast that. I gotta have someone cast that. This is why prepping takes me so long, because I just sit here and read all the stuff in my books. Time Step. Well, hello there. Wait, how are we back to 3rd level? Did I skip a page? It went from... Hang on, this book is bizarre. It went from 2nd to 3rd to 4th to 3rd again, and then 6th after... I think they had a typo when they set this book up. You can Dragon Roar with fear. With a fear. I don't know what that means. Oh, with a feat. I see. I see. Oh, no, I was incorrect. They've just printed... Okay. The book that is printed in front of me is has formatting issues. A severe formatting issue. They've reprinted a ton of content on accident. What did I say? Time Step? That's so badass. He comes after S, right? I don't know my English. Thorn Cage. Telekinetic Trip. That's so cool. I wish that base D&D had more telekinesis spells, because I just want to make a telekinetic mage so bad. Which is why I'm excited for Neon Odyssey, the new expansion from Legends of Adventures, because they have a real Esper, a proper Esper, so that I can live out my... I don't really know of any. I've been reading Akira. I guess they're Espers, right? Mob Psycho 100. That's the other Esper that I know of. Time Jump? But it's Time Step. What the hell? Whoa! Okay. That's cool. Will they ever fight a construct? Sorry, I was very loud there. But there's a spell in here called Time Jump that blinks away a construct for a few rounds. Time Step. Yep, okay, that's fucking cool. Time Step. God, I wish I could show this what this spell does on stream. Page, what is it? 1264. Volume 1. So something I noticed, I'm reading a book that's on the table in front of me. There's a microphone between me and this book, and every time I go to look down to the book, I smack the brim of my hat on the microphone. And you might say, just take off the hat, dummy, but I can't because it's holding my hair in place so it doesn't get in my face. It's really, you know, it's a hard life. Okay, I need another book. Because if I pull everything from one book, the flavor is all going to be the same. Now, that's not because the book is of a single tone. I'm not saying that. I might be saying that a little bit. This is also by Kobold Press. It's Tome of Magic. And I want to see if they specifically have any scrolls. I think they should. Yeah, here we go. Okay, there are not many scrolls, but I can look at them. Oh. Or there's also a bunch of magic items in here. Maybe I could create some of the eye focuses based on these magic items. We'll see. This area, she should find... Hang on. I had to move the mic. She should find in this area something that is very specifically... Oh, hang on. I can't read it. It's too small on the screen. I think it was Gift of Gabby. Thank you. I appreciate it. I also don't know why I didn't play sound. This seems like a severe issue on Streamlabs, Stream Elements. I can't tell who's doing what anymore. These services are all not working well for me. Anyway, thank you. I really appreciate it. Hi, how are you doing today? I am doing as well as I could hope for. Which is to say, pretty decent, I guess. It could be worse. It could always be worse. I'm not like over the moon or anything. It's a Wednesday. Do I have tea? Hang on. I'm not gonna play the tangent theme again, but I'm tangenting. Just sent a campaign pitch to my family for the family D&D game. Same, well, not just, but I did this a while ago. We have, we even have characters built for that. I'm playing the Crooked Moon, which is the other Legends of Avantris campaign. Or, not campaign. Kickstarter. I've got all the stuff to do it. We're just waiting on a few people in the group to have free time. Which will never happen. But we'll see. It might happen. I hope it happens. Right, we were doing spell scrolls. That's right. Page 50. 57. God, that sound is gonna frickin' kill me. A scroll of conjuring. Ooh. Maybe I should give her a rare scroll of conjuring for the table. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, that's cool. Copper Dragon, Wormling, or Wind Dragon. maybe a lesser scroll of conjuration. Okay, I'm gonna do that. Scroll of conjuration. This needs to be a. Pardon me, I was really trying to type there, Obsidian. I don't know why you changed stuff up on me. Lesser Scroll of Conjuration. This is page 58. Page 58 from Vault of Magic. You're running for your mom, dad, sister, and sister, wife, and room. I'm just about the same boat. Yeah, of everything I've run, I think I'm the most nervous for that as well, because some of these people have never played D&D before. What level is she? They're all level 5. Their items are different level. I think 2 of the players have their items at level 4, and the player who I'm setting up this loot table for is level only level 1 in her item, but her item levels up differently, and it's just stronger in general. And she's also the spellcaster, so she's inherently more powerful. I feel like a scroll of fabrication is cool, and then a scroll of treasure finding from the same book, on the same page. Excuse me, oh my gosh. Okay, scroll of... Oh my gosh, I just said what it was, and I forgot. One of these is a scroll of treasure finding. Oh, fabrication was the other one. Scroll of treasure finding. And then a scroll of fabrication. Is Fairy Fire a decent scroll? It might be, but not for this section of the campaign. There's one type of enemy that they get encountered that 2 of the players can't see. It's inherently invisible to them, and then only the warlock can actually see it. So if she could cast Fairy Fire on them, it would drop the invisibility condition, which would be powerful. But also, the tension of running an invisible enemy that only one player can see is a little bit too good to pass up, and I don't know that I want to give her Fairy Fire right now. Yes, I have a player that cheats on occasion. God strikes him with lightning. He just takes, I think, anytime I catch it happening, it's like just 1d6 damage. And he's not being malicious. He wants, he doesn't quite understand that failure is part of life in the game. So he's got to learn that at some point, right? It's not like malicious, it's just being immature, which is something we all grow out of eventually. Hopefully, dear God, hopefully. Treasure. Do I give them all I guess if this is the storage area, they should all get treasure here. They get one last power up before the boss. Okay, so treasure. This one will be for Odette, or I can just add another subheading. And we can have one for Hank, and we can have one for Revley. Actually, I need to call one of these, or not call them. Well, I guess I could call them. I'll probably just text them about backstory stuff. Okay, Hank is our dragon rider. He rides dragons. He likes dragon-related stuff. We need to give him something dragon-related. I don't know what that'll be. Maybe some armor or something. Let's see what's in this book. A lot of the items in this book are a little bit strong. And I've already got the final fight balanced out, so I don't want to go to too much work to rebalance things if I find things being off. I mean, there could always just be another round of enemies. But let me look. Maybe like maybe a potion? I don't know. I'm gonna look at armor. It's on page 11. You're following along at home with your own book. Okay, I gotta move my hat. Anchor, no. Armor. Animated chainmail. No, not really what I want. Ooh. Padded armor. He can inherently cast Dragon's Breath using his class. Because he gets like a dragon mount as a dragon rider, he can use a maneuver to use his Dragon's Breath weapon for positioning and stuff. +1 bonus to AC. Magical sense for elephants. That doesn't. I'm not really sure what to give him that he'd like. So he tried to commission one of the shopkeepers in town to produce a gold inlaid shield. And he found out that gold inlay on metalworking items in a fantasy setting would be expensive instead of cheap. Maybe he could get like a cool shield or something. I gotta flip the page. That would be great. Bludgeon of Nightmares is a crazy thing. A Goblin Shield. Bonus action of no charge. Interesting. It is a shield, so it gives you what, +2 HP? Or +2 AC? It requires attunement, so we can't use it right away. I think I'm gonna go with this. Rare requires attunement. Okay, yeah, this is what I'll do. I like this. A Goblin Shield. This is page 24. Hey, is this 24 or 34? 24. From Volta Magic. And now we need something for Ripley. What could Ripley get? Ripley is the navigator themed character. She was a sailor. I have there's a great item in here. Hang on. I need to find it. Please hold. I just remembered the perfect item. There's actually 2 items. Oh, yes, there it is. She is a sailor-themed character, but we have the opportunity to hint at some background. She will get the... Well, maybe. I want to pick another option for both of them, so they get to, like, flip a coin, right? It's just too easy to come up with scrolls, so you can do a big table like this. If I were picking up magic items and I wanted 6 of them, I'd be here for hours. And I do at some point have to not be sitting down in this chair. As much as it pains me to do anything else but prep D&D and watch YouTube videos and like write code and stuff, I do need to stand up and smell the roses at some point. Okay, yes, lucky coin. This microphone's... I wish I had the hanging boom arm for this microphone, so it's not where I'm looking at the page. Anyway. Lucky coin. Lucky coin. What does it actually do? I see. This is cool. I was correct. I was exactly correct with what I chose. I almost don't want to give her another option because of how good I think this one is. It'll just have to come back up later. At some point, Ripley needs to have her hands on this lucky coin. It's like, it feels important for her character. It feels like her character would benefit so much from having a coin that's magical. Ooh. Okay. Hang on. We might need to take a sidestep tangent. I am going to... Yes, we have to take a sidestep. A tangential step away from this loot table. Because I spotted a magic item. That I think I can turn into one of Odette's eyes for her focus. That is going to be interesting. It'll be interesting to see how she gets on with this. I'm gonna call this the Eye of Gemstones. Now this is from the book Vault of Magic, so I'm not going to write down everything specifically. I'm going to take notes and I'm going to copy this stuff over later. Because I also need a slip of paper to stick in this book so that I don't... Why do I have just a check sitting? Is this important? No, I need to burn that or shred it or both. You know, I heard somewhere that burning documents is not good because it's a security risk or whatever. But also shredding documents is a security risk. So like, you're not meant to do either. Technically, when you dispose of documents, you're meant to bleach them and then shred them. But you're supposed to turn them into pulp, not into... You need to make it difficult to read and then difficult to put back together. You know? You all shred documents, right? This is an important thing for your life? Okay, this is an item called the Ione Stone. I don't know what that means. Probably not pronouncing it correctly. But this will be, if I can type around the microphone. This is going to be a clear sphere. Oh my gosh. Clear sphere. A transparent sphere, not clear. Transparent sphere of smoky gray glass. And inserted into the eye. Or into the orbital socket. Roll a one. 7. Okay, I just won't include the very rare one. Okay, I'm gonna pick 4 of these, so it'll be a D4. And sort of roll a D4. The Eye of Gemstones cannot change properties until the next dawn. This is to keep you from, like, you're traveling to a place, so you just keep pulling out and inserting the item each time until you get the effect you want. There's meant to be some... So sorry, I can't add you on Discord. Also, please do not advertise anything in chat. That is strictly not allowed. I will have to time you out for some time. Thank you. Yes, please don't advertise your Discord or anything like that in chat. It is against the rules. Obviously, if I see it again, I will be a bit more permanent with the ban, you know? You feel me? And I said to D4, adding this restriction, I think, makes me want to make it stronger. We're going to go with a D6. Until the next what? Until the next dawn. I thought I typed that. And then we're going to insert a table. 1 through 6. I wish there was a button I could press that would just do this for me. There is, and I know there is, and I know I'm lazy for not setting up a hotkey for it. I should just set up a hotkey. Okay. So there's a few options. I'm going to cut the last one. So there's Devil's Sight. There's Emerald Shard. Emerald Shard. Whoops. Granite. Illumination. And Limestone. I should really convert these. Oh, and there's also Sandstone. I'm going to change some things up. Because obviously Devil Sight should be something else, and Illumination should be something else. Illumination could be Selenite, right? Selenite is a Petoskey stone. Am I misremembering this? Petoskey stone. No, not Petoskey stone. What am I thinking of? Euperlite. That's right. No, it's not selenite. I'm thinking of TV stones. It's cyanide. I think. I guess it'd be sodalite? Sodalite, that's it. There we go. Sodalite, fun fact, glows under UV. Under black light. And then for Devil's Sight, I don't know what it's meant to be. Okay, this just gives you normal sight in magical and non-magical darkness. What gemstone would give you that? Maybe like a smoky quartz? I mean, that's already kind of how I described it. But I spelled smoky wrong. Sight. And I don't want to use obsidian because obsidian is the theme of a different character, right? What other black gemstones are there? Also, limestone and sandstone are not gemstones at all. Eye of stones. That's fucking stupid. Onyx is great. I actually like gemstones, so I'm going to return it to its original name and rename these last two. Sodalite is not a gemstone at all. Neither is granite. Maybe this doesn't make sense. So there's onyx, emerald, granite, sodalite, limestone, and sandstone. Eye of stone. And then you get these effects. I will write these down later, so I'm not just blatantly copying stuff from a book into this. We're going to go back to the encampment. Back to this treasure table we're doing. Make day for this treasure table. And I will use that item at some point in the future. I just had the idea and I needed to write it down before I forgot. I wonder if we could give Ripley something lightning related. She's a Rhizo. I also want to find something gambling related for Hank, because it's like his thing on the side is he's a big gambler. I believe there's a set of dice in here that lets you roll whatever number you want that he could just use to cheat. Cheaters never lose. More tea. Good. Good for me. Very cold. Wait. There's another option. The devilish doubloon. Whoa. This is also going in the list. Devilish doubloon, baby. This is page 31. Vault of Magic. Cloak of Squirrels. Hmm. What else? What else? Okay, I will need to scroll this way. That says scroll for flipping a page. Uh-oh. The computer's getting to me. It really is. Everything is computer now. There was dice in here somewhere. Ooh, a saddle? Might have to look into that, because one of the players can ride a dragon. Okay, I was certain that there were dice in here that I could add, but maybe later. Maybe later. They need to fight. There needs to be enemies here. Players encounter the following enemies. They'd probably encounter orcs. Let's say like 3. Let's do one of orcs. One of them is going to be a pale orc. 3 orc bandits that are pretty low CR. That is 4 enemies. We need kobolds, because they're everywhere here. Let's go 3x. Oh, 4. Kobolds. Kobold warriors, because they're pretty low CR. That's 8, so 1... Red dragons. Sure. Red dragon wormling. That would be ridden by one of the kobolds, I guess. Sure. Kobolds. Kobold rider. There we go, easy peasy. This was, yeah, the storage. And then we've got tents. We're gonna be in the tent area. What if there's no boss enemy in the tent area? Because they're all of the people who would qualify as a boss enemy are actually doing stuff. Oh, maybe there could be some other type of monster in the tent area. What if it's like 6 kobolds? And then the kobolds are like trying to kill like a pest or something. Attempting to clear out infestation of... Let me look at a book. I needed the monster manual, not the DMG. What we got? Could they be from the beast table? That's probably better. Or the animals table now. Badgers. They could be badgers. They could be like 5 badgers or something stupid. Do they have a burrow speed? They do have a burrow speed. Oh my gosh. Okay. What if it's just 10? What if it's just 10 kobolds and then 5 badgers? Oh, spells. Spells wrong. What is this? Okay, we can listen to this. This is fun. These are CR0 badgers. Cool. Now we've got mess and prison, and then the escape rule. What if they're trying to clear out a black bear? That would be ridiculous. That would be stupid. That would be dumb. I would not run that. Prison, I'm gonna save. A second. What if they were just goblins causing a ruckus? You know? Could I design a goblin chef stat block? Or just sitting down to eat? So let's do like 6 goblins, like regular goblin minions. And then I need some other type of goblin to be the base for this new minion I will create. And then probably release if I think it's good. Where are my goblins? Here. Grell. There are half dragons? Oh, that's cool. Where are there goblins in the DMG? Or the monster manual? Green dragon, but what about the goblins? Gold dragons, but oh, here are the goblins. Okay, goblin minions, and then a goblin. Oh no, okay. So 6 goblin minions, 2 goblin warriors, which I need to add. 1 goblin boss. One goblin chef, which I need to write. Which will probably be based on the goblin boss. But there's going to be a bit more involved, so I will do that off stream. Now I need a prison. Again, I don't want to just write out stat blocks on stream because one, it's very boring. There's very little decision making. It's just typing and formatting text, which I enjoy, but most people don't. Most people aren't super stoked. Did the thumbnail and everything like break on YouTube? Or is this fine? Because it broke earlier, right? Okay, it's not loading. It'll probably be fine. Just assuming. Possible ban of ADR monitoring. Oh. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, sure. Thanks, Nightbot. Good job. I need a stat block for prison-y type enemies. This is the next place I'm going, is prison. Not in real life. In Dungeons and Dragons. There's going to be a prison area. The idea, and again, if you're in the party, probably don't watch this. They are trying to retrieve a kidnapped person. I will not explain this any further because it's quite gruesome. They're trying to retrieve someone who's been kidnapped from their town, and so they have to go to this big orc, kobold, goblin encampment to get it back. Now, she is being held captive up here in Area 7, but there's a big prison in Area 1/4, so they'll have to go to Area 1/4 to be like, we gotta get her back, and they're gonna find out she's not there, so then they'll search everywhere else. That's what I'm hoping for. That might not happen. We'll see. I need to find a stat block, though, that represents prison-y stuff, because I don't want to write anything else besides that damn chef stat block. As much as I really do like writing game stuff, it's just so much work, and I'm not being paid for it. If this were my job, I'd happily write every stat block. But I don't have that luxury. I'm bound by time. One day I will die. One day I will die, and I have to come to terms with that I just can't do everything. You know, sometimes I have to buy a $40 book from my local game store just to make it through the week. Sometimes that's required. Sometimes I need to buy 47 packs of Magic the Gathering. I don't have a problem. I just need to do it. You know? There's an assassin. That's probably not what I want. A bandit? No. I mean, I guess prison is kind of stealing. It's stealing your time. Which, again, is limited. We don't want to go to prison. Ooh, yes. That's an ancient gold dragon will guard the prison. They can definitely not die to that. Pirate? No. Maybe just a guard. Is there just a regular ass guard stat block anywhere in here? That's the most normal thing I've ever asked for. Guard GA. There's a gargoyle. I don't see guard though. I don't know. That seemed kind of like a layup. Wizards of the Coast. Why is there no gargoyle? Or no, there fucking is a guard. Why is there no guard? I'm having a stroke. I wish that you could see what I'm seeing. Actually, I don't, because I'd be struck for copyright immediately showing this book on screen. A spy, not prison guard. Ooh, a swarm of larvae. That's what I need. No, nothing here. I guess I'll have to look in a different book. A totally legitimate, clearly justified purchase. There wasn't anything. There are no monsters in the monster manual. I have to buy another book. It's critical to my success. I do not have a problem, and I can stop buying D&D books whenever I want. Oculo Swarm. That looks like a thing that would be really cool to eat. It's not. It's a massive eyeballs. But they do look like candy. They're all different colors. Okay, let's see if there's anything prisony in here. I need a sand silhouette, not a guard. Never a guard, just a sand silhouette for me. You said like one sand silhouette? Hold the guard. There's a gug. I'll take 2 gugs in a calic. Thank you. Throw in a little Rat King on the side for me. Where's a guard? I just need a simple guard. Just a simple rapscallion with some goth clothing and a sword on their hip. Is that too hard to ask for? Is that too much? Am I just simply asking too much of this universe? Am I? I don't think so. You know, this is Tome of Foes, not Tome of Beasts, not Tome of, probably my... Maybe the stat block for me is in the monster manual, and I was just, wrong. Okay, I will find it. I see. Guard is not spelled how I thought it was. It's spelled with a U before the A. I thought it was G-A-U-R. I guess that doesn't make sense now that I think about it. Definitely the U goes before the A. Well, I was just looking at the wrong section of text to find where guard was. You wouldn't believe it, but guard is here. Yep. Yes, sir. Yep, it is. So when we go back to prison... Page 162. $162 for guards. Cool. Five X guards. 1X guard captain. Who else should be in the prison? What if it's 2 dragon wormlings? That should be cool. Red dragons. Dragon wormling mount is fine. Maybe only one of these. I don't... having them fight 2 of those at once is a scary proposition. 5 guards, 1 guard captain, 1 red dragon. That leaves 3 left. What if it's cursed dragon born? Is it the checkpoint has these? Or no, the ambush has these. I want to copy exactly what I said previously. Up. Up. And then these are Dragonborn. Cobalt Dragonborn, here we go. Cobalt Dragonborn zombies. There are some of the Cobalt Dragonborn zombies to this region. Because, spoiler, the Cobalt Dragonborn are dead. They all died. Some of them have been not reincarnated. Resurrected. No, not resurrected. There's a necromancer. In these woods. And he keeps bringing these guys back to life. But these ones specifically are bound by a curse to a specific enemy. I just now realized there's so much more of this encounter that I have to write. I have to write a bunch of lore stuff that they can find. Oh my gosh. Okay, 3 of these guys. And now... Oh. There's going to be probably active prisoners here, right? Who would be here? Also, I believe that is every enemy in the place solved. Who would be held prisoner here? Maybe it'd just be like random folk. Okay. Now we're going to write the escape sequence, and then I'm going to call it a night. So if they end up getting trapped in prison, what will they need to do? This encampment. Transported to this prison. They're stripped of all items. We found a search and transported to this prison. PCs are held in the cages along the interior wall. NPCs are held in the pits buried in the ground. Them are chained on posts near inside the prison. So there are a few Stream Deck. Remind me later. Thanks. I appreciate you updating me. Chain on posts inside the prison. Okay. Players can attempt a strength check. Can attempt a DC 12 and probably just a strength check. This would be like DC 14 strength check. And each gate look rusty. Players can attempt a DC 14 strength check to maybe it should be higher, like a DC 16 strength check. To shove/kick open the door. Cool. Of course, the get out of jail free card literally here is that one of the players is a warlock who can probably just cast some sort of magic to break things open. Also have a AC of... Hang on, let me look. What are the stats of a metal gate in 5e typically? Iron has an AC of 19. $30 HP. Hmm. Breaking the bars or attempting to escape. Attempting to escape in a manner that makes noise. Or in a manner that draws attention. Must pass a DC 13. So I'll check. Be caught. By 3 enemies. Assigned to the prison area. Cool. Is that good? Is that what I want? I'm gonna add myself a little note. Out of his restraint. Cool. That should be fine. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for today. There's not... I mean, there's a lot more to do here, but not much more I can do without giving major spoilers to players, which I'd rather not do. Or even have the chance. So... Anyway, that is the end of the stream. I am going to go write stat blocks until however early in the morning, I suppose.